Hey guys, Lord here, back in with another review, and today we are having a look at the Disney Pixar Coco basic figures Hector and Ernesto de la Cruz. I always forget his name because it's like 5 words. But nonetheless, I found these at Toys R Us last night, yesterday, Friday, and they are made by Mattel, and they're about $10 each, so that's not bad. These are actually really good. I know Mattel takes some heat for their DC Comics Multiverse line. I'm willing to bet that these are even a better bang for your buck than those, and here's why. Coco is a Disney Pixar film coming out either this month or next month, I can't remember. I'm not up on all the new animated stuff. It's just not my cup of tea, but I'll probably see this movie when it comes out to rent. But it's basically Disney's no stranger to pulling ideas from other films. If you remember, a couple years ago around this time, a little movie called The Book of Life came out, where a guy went on an adventure in the land of the dead. In this movie, basically the same, except I'm not sure who the villain is, so I have to wait and see. But it's a very similar looking and story-wise, it shares similarities to the Book of Life. So I'm willing to bet that's where they got the idea from. I'm not gonna point any fingers, but I just figured I'd throw that out there. And unfortunately, Book of Life didn't really have any action figures. Otherwise, I would have killed for a Sebulba figure. That dude was cool. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about these two. So I guess we'll just move this dude to the side and we'll look at Hector first. And I'm guessing that's how it's going to be said in the movie. But yeah. So, here he is. He kind of reminds me of the skeletons on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride for some reason. So you could probably pass him off as a pirate if you give him like a sword. I have a sword somewhere that's big enough for this dude. But these are about, I think Star Wars Black Series size, so give or take 6-inch. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I'd be willing to bet that they're about 6-inch. But there's a little close-up of his head there. Big old eyes. I find it funny that every time you see a skeleton in a CG movie, he has lips. I mean, those are lips. So I guess they're more like zombies, but regardless, they're skeleton dudes with guitars, so I had to buy them. But going over his accessories, he of course comes with his guitar, and they actually put some love and care into this guitar. Putting him over there, yeah, look at that. They put a decent amount of paint on here. I mean, that's really good. This piece up here can detach. It just slides off. Be careful with it. You don't want to pull it too much because you risk snapping it. But you got to back up here. If that is to happen, you're just going to have to be a little bit more weary with it. Yeah, give you a close-up of that. Really nice detail. It's hollow. It's nothing you could beat someone over the head with, but it's sturdy enough. And now the figure himself. Now, since the articulation is the same on both of them, I'm just going to go over it on this guy here. He's the first one we're looking at. One thing I want to mention is his hat is removable. And it stays on his head pretty well. All you gotta do is like push down on it and it'll stay on pretty well. Just doing this behind camera, because it's quicker that way. There you go. And his hat's pretty nice. It's got a nice molded texture on it. Some nice weathering on the edges. Kind of like a farmer hat. But the articulation on these guys, they have a swivel in the neck, or head, more or less. It's on a ball joint from what I can tell, but it's kind of limited, so I'm pretty much just stick to a swivel with that. He's got a waist swivel, but you want to be careful not to twist the wrong part. He does not rotate at the rib cage, from what I can tell. He rotates down here, near the belt area. And yeah, that's about it. His arms can move out pretty stinking far. I mean, about a right angle to the body. And then they rotate a full 360. Now, they kind of move in when you rotate them, but that's kind of how the human body works, believe it or not. So, a bonus point for accuracy, I guess. He's got a single hinge at the elbow, which also rotates. He's got a swivel at the wrist, as well as a hinge. He's got T-jointed hips, so you can do the splitsies. Now, granted, he's got the Mattel hips, so he's got that gaping hole there, which doesn't look too great, but, you know, the guitars kind of cover that. And then he's got a single hinge at the knee. The only thing he's missing is like a knee rotation and like a hinge at the ankle. But, yeah, I really do like this dude. Giving him his guitar back. One thing you can do, I might as well show you that, is you can actually, you take the guitar, you can just pull it up. You know, if you're not a bumbling fool, such as myself, you can pull it up, and it can chill out on his back, which is pretty nice. So, you know, for $10, this is pretty good. I have to give kudos and props when it's due. So, yeah, let's see this put into the DC line, guys. Come on. Because these are all unique molds, from what I can tell. I mean, I don't think Mattel's ever made a skeleton farmer dude before. So that's Hector. Of the two, I think he's my favorite. I'm gonna give him a solid 10 out of 10. Really, really nice. Would like a couple more articulation points, but for the price, really, really good. Now, Ernesto de la Cruz. He's a little different. He's a little bulkier. Kind of looks like my dad. Really, really cool. He's got his big old sombrero, which you can remove. And, yeah, you can see he's got the skinny little neck there. But you just put that on. His sombrero is a little tricky to get on, but it's molded to fit on his head a specific way. Then there's his guitar. I don't think they painted this one as much as Hector's, but they did add some highlights and stuff. And then he's got like pinstriping on his mariachi costume there. You can see some of the silver lining, or line work, I should say. And he's got his big old ascot? I'm not sure. But Articulation's the same as Hector. And I must say he's probably my second favorite of the entire set. And in the movie, I'll give you a look at this sombrero quick. Let's see all the line work on there. Then I don't think there's anything on the back. But in the movie, he is the main character, Miguel's great-grandpa, I believe. And he is one of the many characters that's in the Land of the Dead. And Hector, obviously. Hector is just a buddy of Miguel's that he meets down there. Now, there is a third skeleton. It's a lady, and it's Mama something. It's something crazy. I can't remember what, but it's a crazy name, to say the very least. And that's the other problem. These things don't like to... You gotta fidget with them a little bit so they can stand up. But, yeah, it's Mama something. I can't remember offhand, but she comes with a microphone that looks pretty nice. But of the two, like I said, I like Hector a little more than Cruz here. Cruz, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10 to. It just seems like Hector is a little bit better for some reason, in my opinion. But they're both really nice for the price point. So, with that being said, I'd recommend you pick these guys up if you like the movie, or if you like Disney stuff in general, or just skeleton stuff like I do. I may get the other one down the line. I don't know if I'll get all the figures, but I definitely like the skeleton ones, and I'll get those as they come out. So hopefully they do more, and yeah, that being said, hope you enjoyed this review, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.